today is about stress, how stress is making us sick and affecting immunity and inflammation.
How we been?
You wanted to be honest?
Mm-hmm.
We haven't actually been that well lately. We've been catching these little flus all the time, little symptoms and signs of just regular seasonal flu and viruses. But it has really made us think, like, what the is wrong? Like, why are we catching them all the time? Why do we not stay healthy? And at least I've been that person who's never listened to my body. And I've started thinking that maybe the body is actually giving me signs that I should listen to. And somehow I have started thinking that maybe there is a connection between, or a link between, stress and getting sick. And also after last spring, when I was burning out, I had really started to think about the culture where we live. It's somehow so strange that what we value the most is like productivity, performance, and somehow like stress and hurry are things that are admired in a way. Like if we think of any other section of health, smoking or healthy food, we all agree that, you know, it's beneficial or not beneficial. But stress is like a monster in our culture that at the same time is causing us extreme misery and sickness, and is somehow admired. It's just so weird.
Yeah, people don't take it seriously.
Yeah, I haven't taken it seriously. And actually, like, to be honest, like, again, totally honest, we, at least I or we both, have identified ourselves quite a lot through work and through the performance and what we get done, which is like also, it's stupid because...
Yeah, and I think it's very common.
It's common.
People are doing it a lot, I think.
Exactly.
These days.
And also like rest, being tired or even burned out are somehow considered signs of like being lazy or unambitious or weak somehow. And at this age of 39 almost, I've really come to think of it that maybe this cultural conception of stress and hurry isn't actually that good.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's something I would wanna, you know, quit or totally sign off.
Mm-hmm.
And think about it, like when somebody asks you, how are you doing? What is it that we answer?
Yeah, how is it going with the work? Or do you have a lot of work? Or do you
how
not
busy
have
have you been?
Yeah,
I've been so busy. And I have to admit that when saying those words, I've thought that I'm somehow like a good or respectable person because I am being productive and I'm achieving things. But it's not like that.
And it's not only work life, it gets crazy even more today because we have those like social media apps. It gives us even more pressure to produce like a perfect meal that, you know, we can share it on the Instagram or stuff like that.
And actually, if you think about it, like here in the Western cultures, we lack habits of rest, habits of like prayer or little moments of peace and quietness. Babies do take naps, but when you're like 3 or 4 years old, it's done. actually, as the World Health Organization, WHO, has stated, stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century. It ain't no joke. Like, it is threatening our health, and somehow I feel like it's time to prioritize health over work or performing or whatever, and to really embrace what the health needs, and to really start thinking that we do deserve health and we deserve rest without first performing something or being productive or something like that. It's not like something that comes after. It is there. We deserve it. And I'm talking this mainly to myself. And what I've actually learned now is taking baby steps towards recognizing the signs in my body as signs of need for rest. And it's been phenomenal to allow myself rest in a whole new way. It was actually interesting that now that we started searching this, also with stress, we come to the biology and how we've evolved to be. If we think of our history, we have evolved to handle short-term infections and stress. But when these things become chronic over a longer period of time, they increase inflammation and affect our immunity. That's when we're screwed. It's important to recognize that there are stressors, things that are causing us stress, and then there is a stress response in our body. And it's a very, very complicated thing, but to make it stupid simple is that when we experience stress, our body, the response, produces hormones like
Cortisol.
Yeah, for example, which makes us be more active and survive from the threat, run faster or whatever. And it's good. Like in short term, it's a very nice system to have. So the fight or flight response works well short term, but sucks long term. It was very helpful to find a podcast where the Dr. Rangan Chatterjee was talking with two doctors about the stress cycle. Have you heard of stress cycle?
Not too much, I think.
Yeah. And the idea that every time we're affected by stress, there's a stressor of some kind, we should be able to end the stress cycle. Like every little stress cycle should be closed. So that they're not just chronically invading everything. It kind of makes sense if you think about it. Something that tells your body that, hey, you're okay, but you're safe now. And here are some examples of activities that can break their stress cycle.
So yeah, those are some examples, and there's probably a lot more, even what you can try.
See which works for me or for you.
Yeah.
And about the bigger picture, like those are simple things we can do and try every day and many times a day. But about the culture, it comes to values. And somehow I like the idea of weighing our values. Like, do we weigh health over productivity or performance?
Or Instagram posts.
Exactly. Like, what is really the most important to us? And also, like, what kind of culture we're creating every day.
And what kind of example we show our kids.
So if this is a cultural evolution, we have gotten ourselves there. So we should also be able to get ourselves out of there, right?
Yeah.
Somebody once said that when universe is trying to give me a sign, I'll be like, okay, but I'll wait for a signier sign.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of same thing with our bodies, that, you know, when there's something wrong, it kind of first usually whispers with little symptoms, and then if you don't listen or do anything to change things, you know, it starts to scream later.
Yeah. So let's listen to the signs. The body is very, very clever if we only listen.
Yeah.
Take care. We'll continue this battle over stress and exhaustion, and let's allow ourselves rest. See you soon. Bye.
Peace.
A lot of love. And actually, like the world health, and actually like the world, and actually.
Oh man. Excuse me.
Like what?
Nyt mä en kuunnella edes yhtään mitä sanoa.
Man, that's good.
Nyt se loppu.